Good evening, my friends. I'm Zoe. Thank you for being in my class today. So we are going to work on our lesson 2 of our watermelon drawing today. Claire says she want to eat watermelon. I just bought watermelon yesterday. Oh my goodness, I can't wait for the summer because my favorite food is watermelon. You guys want to bite it? I need to close here. It's interesting, have a double sounds happening. I just want to show you guys the YouTube music. Hold on, one more time. Oh, this is what some of you guys is unmute. It's Karina. Okay, it's Karina. Okay, I unmute you. That's why. Here we go. Is anyone else is talking right now in the Zoom? Oh, Savina, don't open it up. Okay, my friends in the Zoom, don't open up the voices right now. You get a little bit confused because I don't know where's the sound coming from. That's why I stopped in the YouTube. Okay, don't open your sound in the Zoom for right now. Until you guys raise your hand, I will let you talk, okay? But wait, I got confused earlier. I don't know where's the sound coming from. Now I realize it's from you guys. Okay, give me 1 second and give you some music and then we'll start a class. There we go. All right, now we are all set. Now music's here and in the YouTube too. See you over there. Any questions, just raise your hand here. I can answer your questions. Okay, yeah, I'm back. Thank you so much. Okay, so if you have a 2B pencil, which is sketching pencil, you can get a 2B pencil, or you can get a 3B pencil, that's fine. So we are going to move on more and more details right now. Last week, we did the very basic tones, have a light color, dark color, and shadow, right? Very dark. And then today we are going to moving on to the details, which is like the watermelon's form and the texture of the watermelon and more details tone, like how it's gray tone, light tone to darker tone to even very bright colors right here. And from this side of the watermelon, turn it to the other side of the watermelon, there's different tones going on. From here to here, this is a lot darker. And how can we make it into very juicy-like and more 3D-like? Okay. Okay. All right, so first step is I'm going to add a little bit shadow right under here. So this is 3B. This is 2B pencil I'm using right now. You can use 3B, 4B, that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to add a little shadow right under here. Okay. Evan cannot hear me. Is everybody else can hear me? Okay, have fun. So that means Marisa can hear me. Good. Okay, so let's under here, darker. Darker. Under here, a little bit darker too. Okay, so next step is we know from the watermelons, right? So this part of the watermelon is lighter than the other part. They're a little bit shadow in here. So I'm going to make this part a little bit darker. So now this is what I'm working. Slightly adding a little tone down, very little, very light, adding on little by little. Thank you so much. Let me know that you guys can hear me. Evan, probably headphone is the best choice. I'm very close to my speakers right now. So very light tone, light gray tone, slowly adding along and separate those two. So this is a lighter and this one is slightly a little bit darker. So go like this. Okay, and more darker right here. So separate those two even more. I'm wondering who gave me a unlike every each time when I'm in the live class. Can you tell me why you don't like that? Why you put the unlike over there? Every each class this is one and only one. So I'm very interested. Who are you? And how can I make my class better? Please let me know. I would love to hear. Okay. Marisa, you did it? You unlike me? That just sounds like you. I don't think it's you, Marisa. I know you like it. I know you always like it like that, but I don't know who clicked unlike every each week. If you do unlike that, I would love to hear that. Why unlike? How can I make it better? That is the key. Okay, it's fine to unlike. I just want to know how can I help you better. I would love to. I love to improve. Okay. Thank you, Marisa. Okay, so now let me zoom in a little bit to show you guys more details on the watermelons. As I just clean up my eraser a little bit on one side. I'm going to do a little bit touch. Okay, right here, right around the C area. Okay, right around this part. Right here. That way that we can add more details on the C area. It create a little bit spot that pops out here, right here. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, my friends. I don't know who is Gao Ni Ba. The name is very interesting. Can you tell me your name? Okay, a little bit right here. Are you Sophina? Because I gave you my code earlier. Is it you? Okay, one side, a little bit right here. Okay. And around the sea, we are trying to make a little hole. That way we can add a lot more interesting tone sound. Right around here, a little bit more. Take your time, okay? Okay, like this. Now we erase the rest of things away. Now we go back to add more stop sound. Okay, now, if you guys have a paper towel, go ahead and grab a paper towel. Then we'll do a little bit gentle touching around our drawing. Okay, please go ahead and get a paper towel. Okay. Irene, this is really good. Very, very good. I think the shadow can be slightly a little bit darker. Is that okay? Yeah, shadow is kind of a little light right now. Thank you. Okay, fold your paper. One time, two times, right? If you have a thinner one, you might need to fold more. The purpose, you need to have a kind of thick paper and rub it, and then you rub it, okay? So it looks like a little pants right now. So what you can try is we touch the darkest color first. That way it can make the tone very nicely. At the same time, I don't want you like just go on that. I want you to do a little bit, trying to build up some textures right now, okay? So watermelon has textures. So this area, we want to be a little bit more smooth. But we can use this as a pencil that we can create some bump. No like very heavy, big bumps, but kind of make that a little bit uneven. Okay, no perfect smooth surface. Okay, so create this kind of thingy. I don't know what's that called, but it's like this. And create that, okay? And the other side, we can smooth that a little bit more. Okay, yeah, right here, right here, right here. Okay, and touch. Okay, right inside. What do you mean, the orange Chinese person? Oh, Marisa. Hello, Marisa. I like that. I like that so much. Good job. The shadow right here, right underneath of the watermelon. A little bit darker right here. A little bit darker. Okay. Elaine, you try very hard, Elaine. Good job. Yeah. Can you add some shadows on, Elaine? Thank you. Anyone else want to share with me? Okay. Olivia, I haven't seen that. Okay, Evan. Good, good. So continue. Use the paper towel to touch, little touching, like this. Oh, oh. I don't know who he is too, but I think it's one of our students. The Chinese name is Gao Niba. I think it's probably Sofina's parents' email calls that. I'm guessing, not exactly sure. All right, the bottom right here, darker. Darker. Okay. So I need to make this side a little bit darker right here. Irene say the picture looks like gray wasteland. What do you mean? Irene, what do you mean over there? I want to understand. Can you tell me? Would you like to share with me too? Okay, add more tone down. Okay, but around the sea area. Go around that. So now while we add the tones down, we don't want to like add it everywhere. We kind of make a little bit choices. Okay. Like which part we can want to make it a little bit darker, which part's not. I know, Marisa. This is why if I open the Zoom, like what happens is double sounds on your side. This is what happens. That's why I try not. Okay. So usually what I do is I will close the mute myself in the YouTube channel and then talk to you guys in the Zoom. So I will do that again, but you won't able. I'm sorry. You won't able to hear me on the YouTube. That's the problem. Okay. Okay, this part of the watermelon, as I told you guys earlier, right? The top part, this part of the watermelon get a little bit lighter. The bottom part gets slightly a little bit darker. This side get a little bit lighter. This side get a little bit darker. Light and darker. But light, darker, even darker. So we have a relationship from the top of the watermelon to the bottom, top to the bottom, top to the bottom. We also have relationships from the right, middle to the left, right? You see the tones difference? Light to dark, light to dark, light to dark, right? And then from here, light to gray to dark, okay? So keep that in your mind that I make this part a little bit darker to the top. So we need to do light to dark, light to dark, light to dark, and from light to middle tone to dark tone. Okay, so I'm going to make this a little bit darker right now, tiny a little bit. And next step is moving on to here. Okay, paper towel again. I'm going to do some touching. Okay. At the same time, I don't want to make it very smooth. So I'm not like doing that like this as a big spot. I would do that like trying to create some textures on. So make it a little bit unsmooth. So that means when I put my marks on the drawings, I'm not using one direction. I'll probably do multiple directions like this. So I do this, 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 this. That way can make the watermelon a little bit and smooth. Okay, right here. Okay, like that. I go around. right here. And the bottom get a little bit grayer. Since the top get darker, the bottom get a little bit grayer. And right here too. All right, so remember what we talked? Light to middle tone to dark. Okay, a little bit back up right now. Yes, Evan, what do you want to tell me? Evan, Evan cannot hear me at all, okay. Marisa said just follow along. Let me think. Is that what with you before? Let me type to you. Yes, Olivia. 你等我一下，我把 music 关一下，你稍等。啊，你今天第一节课来是吗？你今天是第一节课来是吗？那可以啊，可以，你画一个西瓜好不好？但是那个 light to gray to dark， 你这个要分清楚哈。谢谢你。Yes, Dollar Tree sells some really nice headphone too. You can try that out. I think it's good to have a headphone. Okay, now, as I told you, this is light tone, whole piece, middle tone, and dark tone. Since those tones get very close to each right now, right? Each other's right now, so we need to make the darker tone, some part even darker. So we keep moving on. Like here, darker. Okay, right here, darker. Okay, now the line, put it on the watermelon. Does not have to be, what do I say? Does not have to be follow the same direction, that we can go to different spot a little bit, okay? And this way can be a very nice way to make the surface of watermelon not very smooth. That way can create some texture like what I'm doing right now. So like purposely and some accidental marks on like different directions. So like here, 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 here. Selena, that looks really good, Selena. Keep going, Selena. Right here. Go down and turn around. Okay, and turn around. Okay, keep turning around. Okay, right here. Okay, now I'm moving on to the C. I think I get enough tones on this piece of watermelons right now, right here. Olivia, since you did not participate our last Friday's watermelon class, we do have another video on our channel, which was the last Friday's class. You can watch that first, just work on one piece of watermelon, and then come back to this class while you're working on the details. I'm not sure if that will for you better. Okay. All right. So let's just get a little bit darker, and we get a little bit grayer tones right here. So from gray to super dark. Okay. Now we're gonna add little tones down right around that, a little light gray tones. You also can use the paper towel to do a little touching too. So since we make it light already, we just don't want to make it light, just a little touching, a little bit grayer. However, still compared to other spot, this is a lot lighter spot. Okay, and then we can create a little bit texture by make it uneven. Yeah, little touching. So just don't make it perfect. Sometimes not everything is perfect smooth. Nature is not a perfect shape. Nature has very beautiful organic shapes, right? You can do this. Yeah, do this. And do this. Okay, so I finished this part. Around the C part, what I'm going to do is I'm adding a little bit darker gray tones right here, like this. Trying to make it a little bit more uneven. A little bit more uneven. Yeah. This one. Yeah. Right here, get a little bit gray tones, very gentle gray tones. Ethan has a question. Yes, what did you say? I said in the YouTube, so the best choices is put headphones on. I think that's because your device. Okay, put headphones on will be a lot better. Marisa, that's good. That's good. I love that. I like your second pieces of watermelon. That looks eatable right now. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you want to say something? So I know the reason why like some people can't hear it's because like you have the Zoom open and like what if someone is unmuted or like talking in Zoom, then it will use up the sound, and in the YouTube there's sound, so like it's low because the Zoom has more sound. Oh, I see. So it kind of confracts each other. Yeah. So it's kind of confract to each other. Thank you so much, Marisa. this. Okay, same thing as here. We are doing exactly same thing as what we are doing here. Okay, little touching. So leave some white spot here. Little touching. Okay, then we go back and try to make this line slightly a little bit clear. And this side, I want to go a little bit grayer. So it doesn't need two sides to be very bright. So this side can go down a little bit, and the inside, the C can go a little darker. Okay. Yeah. This class will end at 7:30. We started at 6:30, and at 7:30 is 1 hour class. Selena, I see your picture. Oh my goodness, that's so good, Selena. Thank you. Selena, can you just add a little bit more shadows on? Okay, Marisa, beautiful. So good, so good, so good. Evan, I think shadow, again, shadow, darker, Evan. Okay. Okay, so right here, now we are going to make this piece of watermelon has even more textures. As first, I'm going to make the line that I draw a very clear line outside of the watermelon, slightly a little bit unclear because this is a piece of watermelon on the back, okay? So the thing a little bit further away, you get a little bit blurrier, okay? You get a little bit blurrier. That this piece is the main piece that we are going to focus on, and we are going to use another 20 minutes on that, okay? So use the eraser, gently little touch on your watermelon piece, gently touch, make sure it's clean enough. If you get this black color, that turn around, use another corner, which is a little bit lighter, probably here right now. So just touching, okay? So that way is another way to create very nice textures on top. Okay, and then you can see the edge of the other piece of watermelon get a little bit blurry right now, and this is what we need to have. I'm going to just do a tiny little touching. Keep that blurry because this is a piece further away from us. Okay, we don't need to make this line very clear. Why it get very clear? It jump to the front. All right, so let's move that back to the front one. To make, now you can see the difference from this piece of watermelon and the other piece of watermelon. This one is like so real right now, right? Has texture. They can feel the juice inside the watermelon. You can feel the texture, but this one is no layer yet. And we can totally feel this is no layer yet. But it's very easy to move on. Okay, so since our black part of the paper gets here right now, so we can do a little touching. Touch. Okay, touch. Okay, touch. And then here we leave that white. So use a little bit more white part of the water, the little more cleaner part of the paper towel. Then I want you to do less, okay? So you are kind of lower the tone of the light spot a little bit. Yeah, see that? This is what I'm using. I can lower it down a little bit. Okay, and this. And here it can go a little bit longer. Yeah, slide a little bit longer. Okay. Now. Irene, I think you can try. The tone is a little bit too gray right now. I like the second piece as a watermelon better than first piece. Trying to make it a little bit darker, especially the shadow. Where the shadow get a little bit gray, the contrast is not very high, okay? Where the contrast get higher, the picture pop out more. Marisa, do you have any questions? No, okay. Selena, any questions? No, okay. Evan, any questions over there? Selena, that looks really good. Anybody else want to show me what's your picture? Okay. So I'm back to the YouTube right now. Okay, Elaine. Shadow, Elaine. Add some shadows on, Elaine. Okay, so we have about 15 minutes to finish this project. I think we are perfect on time. Okay, now a little bit darker tones right here. Add on that. Okay, right here. Right here. As we talked earlier, top is lighter than the bottom. Top is lighter than the bottom. Okay, so we're building up a little bit texture zone. The bottom get a little dark. Irene, do you have a 3B or 5B or 8B professional color pencil, sketching pencil set? You need to use that. If you stay with the regular drawing pencil, it probably will not work very well. Okay, right here. Okay, a little bit coming out. So that this. Okay, here, the bottom of the watermelon. Okay, this part that we're getting a little bit textures on. The bottom gets slightly a little bit darker. And here. And some textures. So while you see those marks I put it on, they are all go to different directions. So you can remember that. So I was teaching different projects before. I will usually say, if you do horizontal, if you make a mark horizontal, you keep that horizontal. If you do vertical, you keep vertical marks. If you do diagonal, then you do diagonal marks, right? But this is a little bit different projects is because why we do the marks, they go to different directions, towards different directions. They can create very nice textures, okay? But a lot of projects, we don't want to make textures. We want to have a very smooth surface, like you want to have the mark follow the same direction. Who want to talk? Who just raised their hand earlier? Okay. Can you show me the finished picture? Are you talking about, do you want to share with me your finished picture? Is that what you mean? Okay. Selena, I like your Tiki project, well. Thank you. Okay. Now, okay, around the sea area, I want to create even more textures out. So I do a little bit dotting. Okay, short lines around that kind of making the hole a little bit bigger. So I'm going to draw little lines right here. So this is another hole. Yeah, put it on. Put it on, okay. Yeah, that a little bit spot, create another heavy spot inside. This part of the watermelon kind of curving, has a little holes right here. So I do a little bit like kind of shapes right here. Smooth it out inside. Create some textures on the top. Okay, and right here. Again, I'll go back to the shadow. Some part of the shadow need to go a little bit darker. Okay, right here, a little darker. And I want to make here slightly a little bit darker too. Yeah. Okay, Selena has a question. Selena, what's your question? Selena, what is your question? Do you have a question? You want to say something? Okay. I really like your watermelon though. It looks so good. Okay, so but Selena, I do recommend you make take a look at the YouTube channels right now. So I will show you. You need to make the first piece of watermelon separate from the second piece of watermelon. What you can try is you want to make here a little bit darker. Okay, make here a little bit darker. So Evan, okay, very good. Same thing as you. The first piece of watermelon needs to be slightly a little bit lighter than second piece. Can you try to make a second piece slightly a little bit darker? That will separate out. Same thing as I was pointing out to Selena earlier. You just need to make this part in between the first piece and the second piece, this area can get a little bit darker. CJ, we're gonna finish out on time, don't worry. I'm almost done. I probably spend me 3 more or 5 minutes. I will be finished. And rest of time, I'll be here to help you guys and answer your questions, okay? So now, I don't want my watermelon, the edges is totally just one single lines. So I'm going to add a little bit curved line sound, okay? Curvy line sound, turn around and turn around to make it a little bit more realistic and interesting. Okay, and the edges right here get a little bit darker. Okay, little holes right here, a little bit darker. And the top get a little bit darker. And right here. Yeah, and this piece about like right here, I want to make it a little bit curvy instead of Selena, are you showing me my drawing on the YouTube? What's that? What's that, Selena? What do you share with me right now? Okay, Marisa, that's really good. That's so good. I like you adding more kind of seesaw. Do you add more seesaw or it's more like texture? Okay. Okay, so right here, now use the paper towel, touch the edges. We don't want the edge to be super clear. Okay, it's kind of a little bit blurry, but unsmooth, uneven at the same time. And then use a paper towel, do a little bit touchings right here. Okay, like this, like this. Touch the texture drawing lines that you had earlier and make this edges slightly a little bit darker. So it's layered, but it doesn't show up that clear. A little bit darker yellow side. And continue some area, getting more texture, so follow different directions. Yeah, and here. And here, I want to make slightly a little bit darker. All right, kind of draw it out, make the watermelon edges a little bit curvy and bumpy. A little bit, not a lot. Kind of break the edges out like this, break it out, right? Okay, because the real words isn't like a paper. Paper is handmade, right? The tree, paper is made of tree, but tree shapes is no organized. And they are organic shapes. Every tree looks different, but we can make every paper looks like twins, right? It's handmade. Yeah. So the watermelon is from the natural. And natural, the beauty of natural is because they are organic. They may create their own shapes. And they are beautiful in a way of very natural way, right? Sometimes it's not always like organized, it's beautiful. Sometimes we love the natural because the natural is like a person dancing over there. They create all different kind of gestures and have their movements. They are different and same. So like us, each human beings, right? They look very similar, but everyone looks different, have a different personality. Even the twins that looks, not all the twins looks that alike. Okay, so this is my watermelon. I finished mine. I probably just use my white part of the paper towel. I do a little touching. I just want to make it a little bit lighter. Just do a little bit kind of stamp. Like makeup. Okay, this is my watermelon. I hope you guys like it. I'm on time. I have 4 minutes left. Anyone in the zone, if you have any questions for me, you can ask me right now. I'm going to close my voices and the YouTube channel, okay? So thank you so much being my watermelon sketching class. I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.